Welcome to Spirited Investigations and welcome to Supernatural Arizona. This list of 10 is part of a playlist of gentle listening, spooky collections from across the USA. The screen fades to black so you can enjoy the stories without distractions. Please do consider a like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Story 1 takes us back to the mid-1800s during the gold rush, when a family settled in what became known as Luana's Canyon or Slaughterhouse Canyon. While living in a ramshackle wooden shack, the father would leave to search for gold by panning up in the hills. He would return with supplies, the family just about able to survive. One time he didn't come back. As starvation loomed, the mother, now hungry and desperate, donned her wedding dress and tragically ended her children's lives. But the horror didn't end there. Luana carried the remains to a nearby creek and cast them into the water. She collapsed on the bank, her white dress now covered in blood, and wailed into the night until exhaustion and hunger claimed her life by morning. Her anguished cries are said to echo through the canyon if you dare to go there at night. Number 2 moves us forward to 1953 when, during the Christmas break, a student at Northern Arizona University called Kathy received some bad news. Her family had had to declare bankruptcy and were unable to afford to bring her home for Christmas. At the same time, her boyfriend broke up with her for another girl. Overcome with despair, she took her own life by using a bedsheet in her dorm room. The cleaning woman who found her carried on working at the school for another 3 decades, was able to verify the story to anyone who asked. Reports are of lights flickering, water faucets being turned on and off, strange smells, music from the 1950s plays when no music player is on. Some say she playfully pulls blankets off sleeping students or locks bathroom doors despite them having no locks. If they're locked in person, then ask Kathy to let them out. The door will open. Kathy herself has been seen gliding down the hallways of the dorm and straight through doors. Still in the 1950s for tale number 3. A newlywed couple were driving on Route 85 through Crater Range about 10 miles north of Adjo, Arizona, on their way to Lake Tahoe for their honeymoon. Tragically, they crashed into a boulder, killing them instantly. Locals claim that from midnight you might see their car with the couple beside it, desperately seeking help. There are also reports of headlights appearing and disappearing on that stretch of road. I wonder if anyone has dashcam footage of the spectral crash scene when the couple appear. Number 4 takes us to the Northern Arizona Council of Governments Head Start Administration Building in Flagstaff, where staff report several unexplained phenomena. Landline phones will start ringing that aren't even plugged in. If answered, there's nobody on the other end. Faucets will randomly turn on and off, and doors can become locked without the use of a key. Also, some doors remain locked even when the correct key has been used. To complement the amount of strange activity at the administration building, a ghostly woman is often seen wandering the halls, moving objects and causing general mischief. It's not known who she is or from what era she's from. Halfway through our list at number 5 we have the Hotel Monte Vista, also in Flagstaff, which was completed in 1927 and boasts numerous ghost stories. Today, a very bright red neon sign displaying the hotel name makes it easy to find, though its red brick walls and white window frames make it one of the most recognizable buildings in Flagstaff. The 73-roomed, 3-floor hotel features several spirits. One of the most chilling sightings can be of a headless man who roams the halls. Room 305 houses the ghost of an old woman who stayed there for years and never truly checked out. Her ghostly form has been spotted sitting in a rocking chair by the window, and sometimes the chair has been known to move on its own. Guests have reported feeling an eerie presence, hearing whispers and even seeing other apparitions. The hotel's rich history seems to have left behind more than just memories. For number 6, we have the lesson of not stealing. The Petrified Forest National Park warns visitors against taking pieces of petrified wood. Those who ignore the warnings often mail the pieces back, claiming they've experienced bad luck, accidents, or misfortunes since taking them. Park officials have received countless such letters reinforcing the belief in the forest's curse. The reality of the curse is that park wardens themselves originally created it. However, it seems to have become an actual phenomena based on all the letters and returned pieces of wood they've received. At number 7 is the Yuma Territorial Prison. Operational from only 1876 to 1909, it housed some of the West's most notorious criminals. 3,000 inmates passed through its iron gates. In 1882, a tall watchtower was built, allowing guards much better views of the prisoners below. 111 prisoners died within its walls in that short time, including 4 from a failed escape plot where they used a guard as a human shield. Today, the main cell block and the so-called dark room seem to have the most activity. Sounds of rattling chains are heard, there's blood-curdling screams, and also, in cell 14, there was a prisoner called John Ryan who was held there. Visitors to that cell report feeling cold spots, chills, and shivering. For number 8 we have Navajo folklore, within which are skinwalkers, witches who can transform into animals. Most notably best known perhaps from the TV series Skinwalker Ranch, these beings are said to roam the deserts of Arizona, causing mischief or harm, especially to animals. Experiences include eerie howls, unexplained animal behaviour, and encounters with creatures that seem neither fully human nor animal. An example is from back in the 1980s. A family were driving through the Navajo reservation in Arizona. They slowed down for a curve and witnessed a black, hairy figure dressed in a shirt and trousers who leapt from a ditch. Several days later, when back in their Flagstaff home, they awoke in the middle of the night to drumming and chanting. 3 shadowy men stood outside their fence in their yard, apparently unable to climb it, before vanishing into the night. The family believed they crossed paths with skinwalkers. Also, near Monument Valley, a contractor was making some repairs to a house in Tuba City when he heard laughter from the sheep pens. He walked over to investigate the sound and found the sheep all huddled together in one corner. Standing away from them was a lone ram that stared at him with an unnatural intensity. He decided to approach it and, as he did so, the ram leapt from the pen and bolted away with a speed defying physics. The man was convinced he'd encountered a skinwalker. Number 9 is about the Jerome Grand Hotel, located 100 miles north of Phoenix and built in the 1920s. It sits on top of Cleopatra Hill and overlooks the Verde Valley. The hotel was once a hospital, but is now a hotspot for paranormal activity. The self-service elevator is the oldest in the state and has a dark history of its own. In the 1930s, a man was pinned underneath it in the basement and died. The elevator is said to operate on its own, and the man's spirit is reportedly seen in the basement area. Also, room 32 has the ghost of a man who wheeled himself off the balcony to meet his death. Another unfortunate soul shot himself in the head in that same room. Finally, we arrive in Bisbee, where the large white and red Copper Queen Hotel is home to several ghosts. Built during the mining boom of the early 1900s, it's listed on the National Register of Historic Places. One is a woman named Julia Lowell, a former Lady of the Evening who is often seen in room 315. Guests have reported smelling her perfume or being touched by a gentle hand. They also hear whispers and even see her apparition sitting at the edge of the bed. Another spectre is the Smoking Man, who is believed to have been a mining executive. His presence is often marked by the smell of cigar smoke. Then there's the playful spirit of a young boy, said to roam around the 3rd floor, where he reportedly engages in light-hearted pranks, his laughter echoing through the corridors. Well, that wraps up our journey through Arizona's desert shadows. From haunted hotels to mysterious legends, the Grand Canyon State is rich with tales that blur the line between myth and reality. Thanks for joining me on this eerie adventure.